Hello, my name is Luan Fonseca Garcia. I am a PhD student at the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul, and I am going to present the work named What Geologists Talk About, towards a frequency-based ontological analysis of petroleum domain terms. In the petroleum geology domain, there are very specialized, well-founded ontologies that cover the domain partially. However, there is no easy way to integrate these distinct specialized ontologies. This is because there isn't a domain ontology that is focused on the most general terms of petroleum geology itself. We believe that this kind of general ontology could support the integration of these various specific ontologies. However, a problem that arises when developing an ontology is that building it from scratch is a long-term work, and finding the initial set of terms that should be included in the ontology can be very laborious and time-consuming. Our first objective in this work is to select an initial set of terms to be included in a domain ontology for petroleum geology. In order to do that, we are going to have the support of a thesaurus and a set of academic papers from the domain, and two domain experts. The thesaurus is useful because it helps to restrict the number of possible terms to be included in the ontology, since it's composed of petroleum terms curated by domain experts. We use the set of papers to calculate the relevance of the terms from the thesaurus, which allows us to submit to experts only the most relevant terms of the domain, reducing the time we need their effort in this task. Our second objective in this work is to propose an ontological analysis of this set of selected terms, using as a basis the geocore ontology and the basic formal ontology. Geocore is a core ontology for the geological domain based on BFO that defines a set of general concepts related to geology. Our methodology is composed of three main steps. The first one is the ranking of the thesaurus terms relevance. The second one is the selection of the terms by the expert. And the final one is the ontological analysis of each one of the terms. The thesaurus we used has more than 6,000 unique terms. We ranked the relevance of the terms using the TF-IDF statistics over the set of domain papers. The two domain experts evaluated the top 1% most relevant terms according to two criteria. The first one is it a term from the petroleum geology domain? And the second one, does it refer to a continuant or an occurrent? The first criteria is important because the thesaurus also contains terms from engineering, and we are solely interested in the geological domain. The second one is important because we wanted to focus firstly only in the continuant part of the domain. We selected the terms which both experts consider that is a continuant within the petroleum geology domain. From a total of 63 terms, expert 1 considered that 18 terms were continuants from the geological domain, while expert 2 considered that 19 terms were continuants from the geological domain. However, only 15 terms were agreed by both experts. In this table, in the left column we have the term label. In the middle column we have the term score from the TF-IDF statistics, and in the right column we have an X for terms that each expert considered a continuant from the petroleum geology domain. In the yellow rows we have the terms which both experts agreed. For each yellow terms in this table, expert 1 and expert 2 provided three textual definitions from the literature. In the ontological analysis part, we merged the textual definitions provided by the experts considering the shared parts of the definitions. We then analyzed the merged definition in order to verify if the entity referred by the term was an independent continuant or a dependent continuant. Later, we looked for the classes in either geocore or BFO, which the term we were analyzing would specialize. Finally, we proposed an Aristotelian definition for each term. During the ontological analysis, we originally identified 7 independent continuants and 8 dependent continuants. Among the dependent continuants, we identified 3 roles and 2 qualities of concepts defined in the geocore ontology, and 3 generically dependent continuants concretized in concepts defined in geocore ontology. We also identified a case of semantic overload, where the term permeability is used both as a disposition of a rock and the quality of a rock. In addition to the selected terms, we felt the need to include two new terms: unconsolidated earth material in order to define sand and sediment, and sedimentary rock in order to define source rock. In this diagram, we show all the selected terms defined and the terms that were specialized by them. In the yellow boxes, we have the classes defined in BFO. In the blue boxes, we have the classes defined in the GeoCore ontology. In the green boxes, we have the terms selected by the two experts. And in the red boxes, we have two additional terms that we define. All the terms defined were either a specialization of a concept from the GeoCore ontology or had some kind of ontological relationship with one of the concepts from GeoCore, such as dependence or location. Using the thesaurus in combination with a set of domain papers decreased the time needed by the experts to evaluate the terms that should be included in a domain ontology. All the terms we define either specialized some concept directly from GeoCore or had some kind of ontological relationship with one of its concepts. The initial set of terms we define here can be the starting point to develop a general domain ontology for petroleum geology. That's it. Thank you.